An example of this would be Dubai chocolate. I thought this was chocolate that was like filled with weed.
Meg. I'm gonna pee my pants. Dude, where are you? Pick up your phone. I'm going to a summer party tonight, and you're obviously invited, so call me back. Okay, love you. Bye.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to Emotionally Online, the weekly slumber party for spilling guts and sharing secrets, hosted by yours truly, the one and only Maddie Drosbeck, inventor of sleepovers, keeper of secrets. Today, I'm joined yet again by the illustrious Meg Ruocco, everybody.
What up?
Back on the pod yet again.
Let's go.
Meg is back.
Yeah.
Back with a vengeance, some would say.
Yeah, ultimately, this episode will be about getting revenge.
Yes.
On who?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah. Took the
words right out of my mouth.
How are we doing? How are we feeling? How you been since the last time you've been on the show?
Things have been good. Things have been a little chaotic. I've been in what I've been kind of describing as like a situationship with employment.
Right.
Kind of a,
yeah.
will they, won't they.
Come on.
Oh my God, I think it's about to be a full commitment. And then it's like, no.
Just kidding, girl.
Just kidding.
Love you so much, though.
Love you so much. We're
See you next
so
time,
excited.
baby.
Yeah, like it was really fun. It's not you, it's me type shit. But I mean, don't want to jinx it, but I think we might be employed starting mid-August.
Okay, love to see a situationship go hard launch.
Well, and I gave them an ultimatum.
And you know what? Sometimes it works.
And I said, ring before spring.
Sometimes it do be working.
Sometimes it do be working.
I love that for you.
That's just kind of what's going on with me these days.
Well, you'll be so excited to know that I ran into one of my top 5 demons at the bar 2 nights ago.
Wait.
Top 5. If I had to rank him on my scale of demons, he's maybe number 3.
Is this the texting guy?
No.
Okay. Who is this?
Totally different guy.
Oh my God. Wait.
I hadn't seen him since 2019 or 2018. It was been 2019 for sure. It's been a long time. It's been many years.
Walk me through it. What happened? Like, did he see you?
So
did you guys interact?
I was out at a bar, sitting outside. Me and my friend Destiny were just drinking, having a good time. Got there at like 8 p.m. We were just sitting at one of these outside tables. We were there until I didn't get home until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Literally just gabbing, talking.
Love those nights.
Talking the night away.
Yeah.
I look up 3 hours into conversation and I make direct eye contact with him, one of my top 5 demons, and he was like looking around for a table, and so I at least was like, I was in a conversation, so I like glanced up. I had a place. He had nowhere to go.
He was vulnerable.
He was way more vulnerable than I was
kid in
that
the cafeteria,
scenario.
Holding a lunch tray,
Completely.
looking around for a place to sit. You were Miss Popular.
I saw the fear in his eyes. I'm not kidding. When we when we made eye contact, he like physically with his body was like, oh. And like didn't do a good job of hiding at all that he knew who I was, and we made had a moment, because for a second, like if he didn't react like that, I would have been in my head like, I don't know, I have purple hair now, I look kind of different, like maybe he wouldn't recognize me. No, the way he reacted with his body, I was like, oh no, he knows and I know and we all know. We're all privy to knowing right now.
Did you tell Destiny?
Yeah, immediately once he walked away, I was like, not to, shift the topic of this conversation.
Right.
But one of my top 5 demons just walked in here and made eye contact with me.
So you guys did not engage.
No.
Beyond the
No
kind
way.
of mutual like.
Nope. That was where it started and ended.
Whoa.
He was just, I saw him around the bar for the next couple hours.
Yeah.
But we did not interact.
Okay. And you were involved with this person in a kind of romantic sexual.
Okay. So the tea with him was that we were like casually hooking up when we were in college. And I probably said this in passing before, but he was someone who encouraged me to give up on doing YouTube and sort of like put it all in the past.
Right.
I was in like a creative block during that time. There was like a period of 9 months where I didn't post a single YouTube video.
Right.
And I was confiding in him about it. And he was like, yeah, you know, it's probably a sign. It's probably a sign that this is the end of the
What a grim window into his mind.
So that was like the vibe. That was our vibe, right?
Okay.
We would just hook up and we would have enlightening conversations like that following, and that was it. And one day, my roommate at the time texted me basically for that. Okay, this is complicated. I'm like, okay, no, really. Let me explain the relationships going on here.
Yeah.
I had one roommate at the time. For a summer, I had an additional roommate. My roommate's friend from home was living with us. But me and the friend from home really didn't know each other that well and never really established a friendship of our own. So there was a third roommate, but she and I weren't really close. But he had been over the apartment before. He had met both of them in passing. And one day, my roommate that I was friends with texted me and was like, I am 90% sure that our other roommate is going out with him tonight. And I was like,
what?
So that's a little crazy.
Pardon?
And so I was like, send me like screenshots of his dating profile so I can like verify that this is him. Because she didn't really know what he looked like. She was like, I just think that you guys are talking to the same guy.
Yeah.
Send me the pictures. It was totally screenshot to his dating profile. And at the time we had been hooking up for a couple months. So I felt comfortable to like call him and be like, okay, let's have a conversation about this. So I called him and was like, I don't know if you just didn't recognize her, but like you guys have met before in my apartment. And I get we're just hooking up, but
the reason that you feel so familiar and comfortable around her is because you've met her in my apartment after you were inside of me 7 minutes ago.
Completely.
Right.
And I was like, I know that we're just hooking up, but maybe if there could be this one boundary of like, you don't fuck my roommates or friends.
What a crazy thing to be like, could I just, sorry, I know that
really
we have kind of a
thing.
casual relationship. I'm wondering if maybe you just don't fuck my roommates.
Yeah, just really small thing.
I know it's...
Just don't do that.
I know we don't owe each other much.
Right.
But this kind of quick caveat,
maybe that's where we'll draw the line.
That could be awesome. That would be awesome for me personally.
And he starts huffing and puffing on the other end of the phone, acting like I had just said the most insane thing that had ever been said to him before.
What?
Yep.
So he knew.
He knew.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was like, okay. I just like that. I don't know. I don't know what to say to this. Like giving me that kind of attitude and response. And when I say to you, I was in my like era where I was so scared to say and to make any of what I wanted known in dating. And it was because I always ended up with people like this.
Yes.
Where I like would ask the most reasonable thing imaginable.
Yeah, like,
and they would be like,
my
God,
roommate.
you're crazy for that. Like, oh, God, why can't you be normal and cool? And I was like, God, sorry, I don't want you to fuck my roommate. Holy fuck. I'm so sorry. And so it was hard enough for me to even like set that boundary. And then when he reacted like that, and then he hung up the phone on me.
Oh.
And then we never spoke again.
Well, because ultimately it's like, how dare you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, completely.
He wanted to get his fucking dick sucked.
How dare you mess up a good thing?
And why would you screw that up for him?
It's like 4 p.m. and I fully canceled his 7 p.m. date.
And that's really, it's like, when are you just going to kind of let him fly?
Totally.
You know?
At the end of the day. At the end of the day.
You just said you never heard from him again?
Yeah, and we never spoke again. Oh, and then like a couple years ago, he did like me on a dating app though.
He said, well, enough time. I love when guys do that.
Yeah.
They go, enough time has passed that's an apology, right?
Surely we can just reopen things here.
That's fine. You forgot? Or no? Sorry.
I can't.
That is so fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that he like responded appropriately of like being scared and kind of like a Scooby-Doo villain.
Oh no.
Being like, I gotta skedaddle.
Gotta go.
Like that. That's the appropriate way to
totally
respond.
It was nice and silly for me to experience this.
Yeah. Did it feel like just goofy where you're
totally. I was like, that, first of all, crazy person to see out right now.
Yeah.
Crazy person to see just out and about. Couldn't have predicted that.
Yeah.
And it was, it was kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa, old character unlocked again.
Yeah.
Didn't think I'd ever see you here.
Right. Right. It is like, New York is so fantastic in that like if you don't want to see somebody, like you can make that happen so
totally
fast. But then it does make the jump scare when you do run into somebody that you don't want to run into like that much more frightening.
I know.
I ran into, well, I didn't run into, I saw and hid and observed one of my demons, top 5 demons. This was probably like 2 years ago at this, maybe like a year and a half ago at this point. I was out at a bar and like was going up into the bar, and there were still like outdoor, kind of like the fake like outdoor tables and shit that people built up during COVID. And I saw this one girl and I was like, that girl looks so familiar. Like, how do I, and I was kind of like trying to figure it out, like, how do I know this person? Should I say hi to this person? Immediately realized that they were in fact the still current girlfriend of the man that I emotionally cheated with in college.
Right.
And right next to her was him.
Oh my God.
And I went, what the hell? And I think what your demon did is I went,
There's always someone has to do that.
And
one person doesn't do that and the other person does, and you just got the wrong side of that dice.
And I wish that I had handled it in like such a cool, like sexy way. And instead I literally spent the next like 15 minutes kind of like watching him like he was an animal at the zoo, like through the bar window, just being like, where is he going?
Right.
What is he doing? Didn't handle it cool at all. I think if I saw him at a bar like today, I would be like, ugh, like just
what the hell?
Just leave me alone.
What the hell is that guy doing here?
But back then, it was just such a jump scare where I was like, I forgot that you like live here.
Right. Terrifying.
This is where I live.
Yeah, you can't also live here.
You can't live here too.
Hey, don't do that.
Get out of here. Also, like, go to a different bar at least.
Yeah, what the hell?
What the hell?
You're supposed to know. We're supposed to be like opposing magnets at this point. Like there's something in your body that's supposed to know that you can't hang out here because I hang out here.
Yes, like it needs to send up some alert where it's like sends off like a freeze, flight or fight mode in you, and you got to flight.
Right, completely.
You got to go.
Please. Please, oh my God. Yeah, hoping I don't run into anybody else this summer. Hoping that was just the one.
I hope that too. And again, it's like, it's one of those things where it is so rare that it happens.
Right.
So hopefully this kind of offsets you
and
running
we're free.
Right.
That was it.
That's...
But you know what's funny is that the only people I ever run into are like old people that I've gone out with or hooked up with. I never run into like ex-friends or ex-coworkers, like ones that would probably be like an easier run-in than like people that I used to date or fuck.
Yes.
I'm like, actually, I would prefer the least to run into you guys.
Yes.
And somehow you guys are always the ones that I'm running into. Like, what the fuck is going on there?
It's always that. It's so upsetting. I hate it so much. I'll never forget my freshman year of college. I was really cool. I hooked up with one guy.
Hell yeah.
His name was Henry. Shout out to you.
Hen. Dude, Hen mentioned on the pod. New character unlocked.
Dude, fucking Henry. What a dream. He actually was such a little sweetie. I was so scared that any man I interacted with at that point, I was not going to be normal around at all.
Totally.
But I do remember that he was like the one guy that I like made out with at college my freshman year. And I would see him everywhere. On campus, everywhere. And I was like, this campus is big enough that I like shouldn't be running into one person all the time. But I am. Like, I would get on a bus and he would like be on the bus. And I was like, that's
why are you on the bus?
I'm taking the bus. This is where I
get
go.
A bike, you fucking freak.
How about you walk like a fucking normal person? Idiot. I'm on the cam bus. That's what it was called, the campus bus, cam bus.
Yeah, thank God.
No, it really is. Yeah, it is. Those moments I always, no matter how they affect me, I always kind of walk away from it being like, well, that was very Sex and the City of me. Because like Carrie's always running into big. And she never handles it well. So like if I walk away and I'm like, well, that was just very Sex and the City of me, it gives me some solace.
Yeah. Okay. Huge. Huge. You know what has happened to me a couple times where I've run into people, but they haven't realized that we've run into each other.
Yeah.
Like I have seen someone pull up in a subway car and they're like looking down at their phone and I see them in the car and I purposely walk to a different car because I'm like, no, I saw them.
Yeah.
I saw them on there.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, I wonder how many people have had that experience with me where they saw me and I didn't see them.
And like, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know either, but I'm like,
know.
surely it's happened at least once.
Yeah. You know the question of like, when you die, like what stat would you want to see most?
That.
How many people saw me and were like, I don't want to talk to her today.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Totally.
And it's like, I think of myself as a pretty amicable person.
Totally.
But certainly there are people out there.
Certainly there are
me,
people that would not want to be in conversation.
I would want that stat, and I would want the number and names of everyone that's ever had a crush on me.
Yeah. Actually, I don't want that at all.
I do. I want it bad. I want it bad, and I want it now. I wish, oh my God, if someone told me that like the boy that I had a crush on in 8th grade also had a crush on me. I'm 94 years old, dead. I wake up. I wake up. They go, oh, Nick from 8th grade had a crush on you. I go, oh, I'm ancient. I'm decrepit. I just died. Best day of my life. Best day of my afterlife.
That's so funny.
I would want that so bad.
I would want like a map of all the times me and my soulmate almost met but didn't. Like all the times we were like 1 block away.
Why are you determined to make yourself so sad?
No, but I think that's romantic and cute. Like I imagine like maybe our families both went on vacation to Disney World at the same time and we were like right next to each other in line for Space Mountain and we never knew.
Right. Right. You know?
Like there's something we could go back that far if we wanted to.
Yeah.
We were born in the hospital rooms next to each other. How would we ever know that?
Well, ideally if you like end up with your quote unquote soulmate, then like at some point you guys will talk about the fact like,
we could
I was in Disney World in 2004 and you're like, oh, I was in Disney World in 2004. So it's maybe something you could figure out in this lifetime.
But I wouldn't I want like coordinates. I want like a bird's eye view map with like light up figurines.
Yeah.
So I can see like, oh my God,
Whoa.
are they gonna? And then
Yeah.
I'm like, well, obviously I know what happens.
Right.
Not to like spoil the ending for you guys. They didn't meet then. They met somewhere else. Like that's what I want to know.
Right. Right.
Even like maybe we were at the same bar at the same night. Just a meaningless night that I'll never remember. Like maybe
it's the guy.
Stop. Just 2 people floating through life.
Your soulmate is a guy who goes, oh, whoa. Do you have like icks? Like I feel like icks have become such a like a normalized thing.
Yeah.
I was like talking about this the other day with a guy that I've been like kind of casually seeing, whatever, and we were talking about the first night we met, and we like met outside of a bar, and he was like if I had gone back inside to like close my tab, and as I was going back inside I like tripped and fell down. would you have still gone home with me? And I was like, I don't know, actually.
That's so funny.
Like, I probably just would have pretended that I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I have like a particular ick.
I think that's one of my worst traits, actually, is that when people hurt themselves, I will always laugh.
Well, there's nothing quite like a pratfall.
There is no part of me that jumps to be like, are you okay?
Right.
I will be laughing.
I wish that more people would do that, honestly.
I'm like, I'm so sorry. Actually, I can't even speak right now because I'm going to be laughing so hard. But I don't, that's not a trait that I admire in myself.
Sure.
But this is my truth.
But it's important. And as the kind of like a trademarked clumsy person, I do wish that more people would just like respond by laughing.
Yeah.
Because it honestly feels like more shameful.
Totally. It's somehow
when people are
worse.
like, are you okay? And I'm like,
yeah, dude, for sure.
Fine.
I'm like, I am going to bring it up every 40 minutes for the rest of
course. Of course.
Hey guys, remember? No, I feel like when I think about icks, there's only one thing that immediately comes to my head, and it's really easy to avoid.
Okay.
I get really icked out when somebody tries to play house with me too soon.
Oh, that's good.
I feel like I've had multiple people that I have gone out with just like too soon, even like when I was hooking up with people where maybe like we hook up once and they stay over and I'm all for like being cuddly, being sweet, let's talk.
Yeah.
But sometimes they get a little too comfortable. There was one person that I dated that he went into my bathroom and like started using my products. And this was the first night that he had come over.
Yeah.
We hooked up. He goes into the bathroom after we hooked up and I like hear things being moved around and he left the door open. So it's not like he was hiding it either.
Yeah.
And I was in my head, I was laying in my bed naked being like, is he going through my like
stuff?
We're not there yet.
Right.
And then he's like, he walked back into the bedroom. He's like, can I use this? And I was like, I guess.
Yeah, because what are you going to say? No?
But I'm just like, it's like overstating closeness too soon.
Yes.
Where I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You just got here.
Right.
You can't just be like rummaging through my drawers and then being like, hey, you mind if I use this moisturizer?
Right.
I'm like, no, but that's a little weird.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. It's like the next morning when you wake up and he's like, so, like, you want to make breakfast? You want to like, it sounds romantic on paper, but if I don't know you well enough for that to be regular,
yeah,
it like really puts me off.
Well, it's just kind of disrupting your day.
Also, I'm like, I want to be wooed.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we hook up once, fine. We hook up for the first time. That doesn't mean that suddenly we're like domesticated because we had sex one time.
Right.
You still have to like woo me and impress me. It's
right.
not like, okay, we fucked, now we're here.
Right.
Now we're going to be super domestic and I'm going to use your moisturizer and we're going to sleep until 10 and then I'm going to cook you breakfast and hang out here all fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not what I'm signing up for.
Yeah, that's wild.
We got to work up to those things. I don't need to like play house, play boyfriend, girlfriend after one night of sleeping with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's never been my MO.
No.
Either.
And this is coming from someone who, like, I'm all for after we have sex, let's lay in bed, let's talk,
Totally.
let's, like, continue connecting.
Yeah.
That's not the beef for me. It's, like, the continued escalation past the point of having sex for the first time that feels unnatural. Or, like, all of a sudden it's like, well, I did it. I wooed you. I, impressed you to the point of sleeping with you. And now I'm just going to treat you like we are in it to win it. And I'm like, I actually don't know you.
Well, yeah, there is a certain level of intimacy. I think that like the staying over, the breakfast of it all, the hanging out, that to me, it feels more intimate than sleeping with somebody.
I agree completely.
Like that to me is I'm letting you into my life.
Totally. And I'm like, I also want that, but I want to build to that.
100%.
Sex included or non-included, I do think that I get icked out by someone trying to move too quickly.
Yeah.
Period.
Me too.
To me, like, I value consistency and like clear investment. I don't want someone to like downplay their feelings for me or hide it in any way. Pursue me intentionally, directly, consistently. I want all of that. But there are certain things that I think people get a little too comfortable and they act like you are already in like a partnership. Like you get too domesticated too soon.
Yeah.
And that turns me off because I'm like, I want to feel pursued. I want to feel like you're trying to impress me, like we are building something. I want to feel the build of it all. Yeah. And when people skip right past that and act like we are already in it together, there's like something sinister about that to me. I always feel like someone's trying to like take advantage of me when they skip past the building stage of it all. Well, there's either like included, you know, like related to sex or not, even if it's just like in the dating process of speaking and getting to know someone. And they just sort of move too quickly.
Yeah, there's something to be said, I think, for people who care more about being in a relationship than being with the actual person they're with.
Totally.
I do think that a lot of people like are guilty of this, but I do think on average like straight men fall into this category a lot, where it's like I've talked to a lot of like the straight men in my life about like what it is that they look for in a relationship or partnership or whatever, and a lot of them talk about like wanting a certain type of relationship rather than being with a certain type of person. Totally. And I think that is like such a crucial distinction, and something that like I think even myself I have like moved away from as I've gotten older, like because it's so easy to want that type of relationship that feels like special and unique and whatever, but it's like if you're not thinking critically about who it is that you actually want to spend time with and like the rest of your life with, that's when you get shit like this, right? Where it's like this person projecting all of these things that they just like want to get to, but not actually putting in any of the time to like get to know you. And that's like the part that it's what makes the other things special, right? It's like that's what makes those types of relationships so special, is because these are two people who have gotten to know each other and like put time and like poured into one another. It's not two people just being like, well, we want to be married. And like, that's it.
Completely. And also it's like, there's no set time frame. So like in one relationship, I might feel more comfortable moving quicker than in another one, but it's like based off of the vibe and like the relationship. Did we know each other before? Did we not? Like if I was friends with someone for years and then we started dating and hooking up, that to me would be like a whole different ball game versus like meeting someone on a dating app and then on date 2 they're treating me like we are fully domesticated. And
that would freak me out.
That
would freak me out. I would be like, what are you doing?
Right.
I know I'm special and amazing,
right?
But that's because I know me. You don't know me
exactly.
So don't just say that I'm special and amazing because you don't know how I'm special and amazing.
Right. I want it to mean something. And to matter.
It's just like empty,
right?
If you just say, "Oh my God, you're so perfect," it's like, well, yes, I am, but you don't know how.
I've also had someone, and maybe this is controversial. But I've had someone.
I'll be the judge of that.
After like 2 or 3 times of hooking up, rip ass in front of me. And that icked me out.
No.
Which, here's the thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fart. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Fart
now.
Do it.
On command.
You won't.
But I'm like, I feel like you should still be trying to like be sexy to me.
Yeah.
And I get maybe there are some people that are like, ugh, make farting sexy. Like, who cares? But I'm like, I care.
Yeah, those people aren't in this room.
I want you to be a little bit, not that I want you to be self-conscious, but I want you to be like aware of how I'm perceiving you in the early stages of getting to know each other. Like, we are hanging out, we hook up, we're laying in bed together. you fart after 2-3 times of hooking up. Like this seems like something that would happen much longer down the line. Eventually, when I'm with someone, I don't want it to be like off the table forever.
Right.
Please fart in front of me. Like eventually we get to that point, but I feel like that maybe is something that needs a ramp up period.
Yeah.
That would give me the ick if it happened too soon.
100%.
You can't do that in front of me yet.
No,
You're
that's
supposed to be
crazy.
concerned about impressing me still. Too many of you lose the concern for impressing someone far too fucking soon. I'm like, I need you to be a little bit more concerned about the fantasy of it all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's true.
Sorry.
I think the only acceptable farts like 6 months into whatever relationship you guys have is like someone farts in their sleep.
Totally.
Normal.
I'll never fault you for
Never
that.
fault
You
you
didn't
for
know
that.
it wasn't intentional.
Listen, I've done it before.
Totally.
It's happened before.
Come on.
Or you fart during sex.
Totally.
It's like, hey, if we're doing something crazy,
wasn't intentional.
Not intentional. That's kind of silly.
Even,
but
you know what? If somebody accidentally farted around me and they were like a little embarrassed about it,
oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I might think that was cute.
I might think it was cute too. But like, no, intentionally
but if they just like
ripping
were
ass,
boldly, exactly, just like charging into the night, ripping ass in front of me. Hello?
that's crazy.
But that to me gives the same vibe as walking into my bathroom and just trying to use my skincare.
yeah, that's wild. Again, it's all
You don't live here.
What it all is it's like speaking to a level of intimacy that like if I have only hooked up with someone like 2 or 3 times, we are so not there yet.
Totally.
You know, like it's very funny that you said the skincare thing because recently this guy that I've kind of casually been seeing, so a job that I had recently gave me like a lot of skincare products as like a welcome gift, whatever. And I just put them all on my desk because I was like, I don't really know how to like organize all of these yet, blah, blah, blah. And I like came out of the bathroom the other day and he was just in the mirror putting on skincare. And I went, yeah, help yourself. And he went, I'm really sorry, but like he was like, I don't have any of my skincare with me. And I was like, no, it's fine. But like, that was like funny.
Yeah.
First of all, those weren't my products that like I had bought specifically for myself. Like they were gifted to me. And also like, again, we have now been in this type of relationship for months. So
sure.
like, it's fine. But it was very funny where I walked out and I went, okay. Hello? I went, did you open all those yourself? And he went, I just needed
Oh my God.
He went, I'm going to try. He goes, have you tried the body mist and hair mist yet? And I went, no. I haven't tried any of it. And he goes, try it. It's really nice. And I went, yeah, okay. I bet. I bet. But it's like, it's that type of thing that it's like that. If he had done that like the second time that we slept together, I would have said goodbye and like closed the door and been like, freak.
What the hell? Like, do you live here?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that. It requires getting to know people. I think in the same way that like making friends
totally
is like a level of intimacy. It's like, I'm not walking around ripping ass in front of my friends.
Completely.
Going, ha,
the thing is,
ha.
And sometimes there's also some part of me that's like, am I just jealous of the freedom that they feel? Like, because when I tell you, there's like there's a panic and a fear deep inside of me when I think of like somebody else hearing me in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've had to accept it with like sometimes when friends will come and they'll stay over where I'm just like, you're sleeping here on my couch. Like I'm not going to, tell you to put on headphones every time I go to the bathroom. Yep. But when I tell you that is something that I do want to ask every single time. And sometimes when I'm in the bathroom, I'll just like turn Spotify on or I'll open up TikTok just so that there's playing near me. Turning the sink on, turning everything on, just being like, yeah, and I'm making a lot of noise in here for no specific reason.
No reason.
But I'm like, that's literally behind a closed door. Yep. I am like self-conscious of sound. The fact that anyone could be not self-conscious of sound, just like in the same room as you, I'm like, that's crazy. That's literally crazy because I am plagued by it. Like the thought of hooking up with someone new and having to get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom literally sends me to a spiral. Yeah. I don't want to.
Oh no.
I can't do that with you here.
No.
Put in headphones.
Yes. Don't listen. Hum.
Do not listen.
Sing a little tune.
Please.
Like No, I literally was so scared. I'm so scared of like any sort of weird bathroom sounds. At work, at a place where I used to work, there was like a gender neutral bathroom like 12 floors up at my office that nobody ever used. It was in like a really weird part of the building and like no one would ever go there. So absolutely I would go there to have weird poops after lunch.
Sure. You know what? I've thought of that before because there is a bathroom in my building that's just like out in one of our amenities, and I've in my head been like, maybe that's where I'll have to go.
Yeah,
but I'd have to make up an excuse to like leave the entire apartment.
Right. Oh, I very recently was like I have to go to the bathroom, and I was like, and I will be using the downstairs one.
Right.
And I was like, I'll be back.
Yeah. See you later.
See ya.
Gotta do some things
I have
really
to
quick.
Go quick.
Gotta go grab a package. I'm just gonna go. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
I come back, I'm like sweating. Yeah, I do. I agree with like the level of intimacy too soon.
Yeah.
I think that's not something I fuck with at all.
No.
My mind immediately went to someone trying to be funny when they're not.
Oh. Yeah, I think trying to be funny is usually a hard sell.
It's really tough.
It's like you either got it or you don't.
Yeah. I really appreciate when people are like funny in their own way.
Totally.
You know, it's like I don't expect people to have
just the vibe they bring to the function.
Right. It's like sometimes people are just funny just like by who they are.
Yeah.
And I really respect that. But someone intentionally like ramping up to tell a joke and they're really excited about it.
Yeah.
And it like doesn't land. That is like a really hard thing for me to.
I know that is hard for me too
to get through.
But I always say that like I am probably the best person to bomb around
because you're gonna laugh.
I will laugh no matter what.
I laugh too. My mom does that too, where like
I won't let anyone bomb around me. I'm sorry, and I sometimes I feel bad about that because I'm like, but I think people can usually tell if I'm fake laughing or actually laughing. So I'm like, I don't think I'm fooling you, but I think it's better than dead silence.
Yeah,
I don't think that you believe that I thought it was funny. I think you know that I'm being polite. But I do think that it's an easier thing to accept than dead silence.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm like, I don't think that I'm selling it well. But maybe it's worth something.
I mean, listen, there's a reason that I've stayed friends with you this whole time because when we're around each other, I go, and I'm the funniest motherfucker alive.
Completely, girl.
And I'm goofing and I'm giggling.
All right. I have... And I've always said that for this week, but I'm eager to know if you have, and I've always said that for this week.
I do have, and I've always said that for this week.
Okay.
I hope I'm not repeating one that's already been said on this podcast.
I mean, I would love if we somehow were aligned in that way. That would be crazy.
We've always said that.
Literally, we've always said that.
Right.
Listen, I'll let you do the honors.
Okay. I've always said that straight men can never handle a polyamorous relationship correctly.
Yeah, give it to him.
I think if you talk to any straight man who wouldn't typically didn't like seek out a polyamorous relationship, but has now found themselves in one where like they started dating someone, they were in a monogamous relationship, then they both decided to be in a polyamorous relationship and like open the relationship up. They don't know what they're doing or how to handle it, because I think that what they're really doing is just too afraid to break up with the person that they're in the relationship with. But so instead they're just like, yeah, we're in a polyamorous relationship now. But here's my question, because I've said something like kind of similar on the internet before, and I've gotten flack from the polyamorous community. To any of you watching, I respect you and I love you.
And it's all love.
And it's all love.
Literally all love.
It's all, well, clearly you would know that it's all love. But I've like gotten some flack before, and my rebuttal to that is like, think of every straight man you know in a relationship right now, in a monogamous relationship right now. Think of how well they're handling it. Now add add another person to the mix.
Listen, I don't disagree. I think there are many people labeling themselves as polyamorous that absolutely fucking should not be.
Yes. They just want to cheat ethically.
Totally. I think that there are many people that fall into that category. Many people that don't. Not talking about you.
We're not talking about you.
Mind your business.
If you handle polyamory well,
we're actually like doing a good thing for you right now.
Yes.
We're getting the haters out of your midst.
Yes. You deserve to be with fellow polyamorous people who have primary partners and secondary and tertiary partners. You deserve that.
Right.
What I'm saying personally is that I don't think any of those guys should be straight dudes. I don't think they should.
Sure.
I don't think they should.
Why not?
Sorry. I just don't think, I think it's a rare find to come across a straight man who knows how to handle a single person in a relationship well anyway.
Totally.
You add in another person to that, and I just think that they're floundering.
Sorry. You think he can emotionally show up for multiple intimate relationships?
He's not even emotionally showing up for himself.
He can barely show. Right, exactly. What are we talking here?
What are we talking about? He's somehow a good boyfriend to two people?
No, I don't believe it.
He still uses bar soap to wash his face. And not a face bar soap. Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
I've always said that. Straight men shouldn't be in polyamorous relationships. Sorry.
And you know what? I'm sold.
Okay.
You've convinced me.
Good. I'm glad.
And now I've always said that as well.
Please. Yeah. Yeah. And now
we've always said that. Okay.
Yeah. I'm ready for yours.
My hot take of the week here. I don't want to like my favorite reality TV stars, and I am utterly dumbfounded and gobsmacked by the people who want to like their favorite reality TV stars so much that they are willing to shun entire TV shows because the cast are bad people. I want them to be bad people. And this is becoming so much more evident to me as I'm watching Vanderpump Rules for the first time. Before watching Vanderpump, I would have told you my favorite reality TV show was Jersey Shore.
Right.
And I could do essays on why I think Jersey Shore was the best reality TV show, and like how all of these people were just like the perfect mix of personalities for like the many seasons of chaos that we got to enjoy. You know, when I was in middle and high school. Glorious, incredible times. Now, as I'm watching Vanderpump Rules for the first time, I'm realizing, okay, actually, this is the best TV show that has ever aired. This is the best reality TV show. And part of what makes Vanderpump Rules so great, and somebody advised me of this when I first started watching, they were like, at the end of every season, you have to make a ranking of how you feel about each person, who your favorite cast member to least favorite cast member is. Because as you go through all of the seasons, your opinions will change drastically.
Ooh.
And they were right.
Yeah.
As you go through the seasons, there's some people that are like always on the bottom. But when I tell you that all of these people have their villain moments, it is fucking crazy. Every single person on Vanderpump is a bad person.
Right.
And it is incredible. Give them a platform. Yeah. Give them a voice. I want to see it. Okay? Like, I feel deeply changed by the amount of nonsense I have witnessed at the hands of Jax Taylor, Tom Sandoval, Stassi Schroeder. These people are prolific. I love it. Change nothing. I think, and obviously Love Island is another one of my favorites, and so many of the Love Island seasons are just like this. Love Island season 5, prolific with the amount of people in that cast that are just no good.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Yep.
And I think I have seen too too much of people expecting reality TV stars to be good people. And I think we're missing the point entirely. I want them to be bad. I did not expect anybody signing up to go on reality TV to be a good person.
Yep.
I actually expected them to be exactly the opposite. But here's the thing. If we have people that are now looking at DJ Pauly Del Vecchio as being the pinnacle of all that is good or morally right in the world, we have a problem.
Right.
Because that wasn't the intended purpose. You were supposed to know that these people were not good. We need to go back to the ancient texts. These people are all bad, you guys. They are dancing for our entertainment. We just need to enjoy it. And I've always said that.
And now I've always said that.
And I've literally always said that.
I think you're dead on. My sister famously has been trying to get me to watch Vanderpump Rules for, I want to say, about 5 years now.
And she was so right for that.
I have yet to do it. That said, I do now have some time on my hands. I can probably get into it.
You should.
And I probably will. And similarly with this past Love Island season, US, which I don't really fuck with Love Island USA like that.
Neither do I.
I don't understand why people are so obsessed with it all of a sudden.
Because they have bad takes. I've never seen any season of Love Island US, and I don't intend to.
Yeah.
It's UK and me forever, babes.
UK
it's me and you always. I'll choose you forever, no matter what, babes. Don't even worry about it.
UK's my type on paper.
Listen, I would never betray you, babes. Never.
It's me and the Islanders. Forever. I tried to watch this season of Love Island USA. It was such bad reality television, like not in a good way, not entertaining, that I stopped. I only watched 2 episodes, and one of them was Meg the Stallion, because I just wanted to watch Meg the Stallion be on TV. And nonetheless, I learned so much about this season of Love Island US against my will, and everybody was so upset about Huda being like a terrible person and whatever. And I was like,
yeah,
right.
Hey guys, yes,
that's exactly right. No, and like that's exactly what it should be.
Yeah.
And when I say that some of you bitches who are new to Love Island USA would shiver and crumble if you watched Love Island UK season 2,
lose your mind.
Would lose it. You
don't watch it.
You don't have the spine for it.
You know what? Don't watch it. Literally, do not watch it,
because they are chain smoking. They are drunk. They are fucking on television.
They dethrone Miss fucking GB.
Yes, they are.
Because she had sex. They were like, Miss GB, we need to take away her fucking title because she fucked on television.
Because she fucked on television. They literally, you would see two people fucking one night, and they'd be like, "We're in it together forever, babes. I love you so much." And then the next day, they'd be that person and another person fucking in the hideaway.
It's awesome
because they just like got placed in the hideaway together.
It's literally awesome.
That's what television is supposed to be.
No, literally.
When I was watching ANTM when I was younger.
That's the thing. You look at all of like the early 2000s.
Everyone was horrible.
These shows are unbelievable.
But
when, you know what? And I've seen a lot of people talking about this season of Love Island UK, and specifically the men on this season of Love Island UK, and the girls actually for that matter, but specifically the guys, and how terrible they are. And you're right. They are.
Right.
And also, I have been glued to my fucking TV this whole season because of how fantastic it is.
Yes.
I want to witness people be crazy to each other. I do. Sorry, I do. I need you guys to stop complaining that people are too crazy for reality TV. That is exactly why they're on there. Normal people should not be on reality TV.
Yes.
I don't want to be friends with these people. I genuinely think that people are watching reality TV and they want to like stan someone. They want to be like, this is the person that it's the best and I'm rooting for them and I would be their friend if I knew them in real life. They want to like actually relate to them. I'm like, when did this happen?
Right.
Because it actually should be totally the opposite.
Right.
When you look back, think about Jersey Shore and how prolific that show was. Do you think back on it and think to yourself, you know what? And everyone on that show was a really good person. And they were all very emotionally intelligent and always well balanced towards each other. And there was a lot of respect on that show. Do you like... We wouldn't have watched it. I don't want, that is boring. I don't want to watch it. If I wanted to watch a like scripted, perfectly polished. I would just watch a fucking movie. Right. But I want to watch reality TV. I want to watch someone be the worst imaginable.
Tyra Banks was sewing weaves into white girls' hair. And then those white women would turn around and be like, well, I need to get done what needs to get done if I want to be on top. And then they would go and like slap another woman in the face who like just got her hair cut into a bob. Like that's exactly the type of show that I'm trying to watch. Frankly,
incredible.
Take ethics out of reality television.
And literally, I've always said that. I'm like,
there shouldn't be a moral compass. In reality television.
I agree. I think that it's just like we all need to understand going into it that we are witnessing something bad.
Yes,
it wasn't supposed to be good.
It's supposed to be entertaining.
Totally,
not like morally right.
I agree.
Listen. And now I've always said that.
But then I think where it starts to get tricky is, and I saw someone talking about this where they were like, I need all of these like brands when the men come out of the villa and Love Island UK, Boohoo Men, Pretty Little Thing, all these brands that are going to give these people tons of fucking money. Do not. Like, stop making these people super famous and giving them like all this money and whatever. They're going to gain followers. That's fine. It's the like mega brand deals. We don't need to give them. Let them entertain us.
Yep.
And let it be that. Mm-hmm. Just let it stay on Love Island.
Yeah.
They come out the villa. They get their 100,000 followers. Mm-hmm. And then we just all can, walk away.
Let's keep it in the island.
Totally. What happens in Majorca stays in Majorca.
I've always said that.
I'm not going to follow.
No. I've never followed a Love Island cast member.
Me neither. Or if I did, I shortly after unfollowed them.
Yeah.
Like I definitely followed Ekin-Su for like a year afterwards.
Ekin-Su.
Because she slayed.
You are an actress.
But I saw someone being like, you guys are all losing your minds about Love Island UK. You wouldn't last one fucking day in the Vanderpump Rules universe witnessing everything that Jax Taylor does. And I'm like, and you're right. They wouldn't. They would have no idea what to do.
Right. I think I need to give it a go. I do think I need to watch it. At this point, too many people have told me that it's like the best show in the world.
Like, and I was shocked to learn how fantastic it really is.
Oh, when I was like home visiting my sister, I was like staying with my sister and her husband, and like we were like eating dinner or whatever, and we were just kind of like winding down for the night, and they were like, okay, like what should we watch? And they're kind of like both looking at each other, and they're kind of looking at me, and they were like, I guess we should watch an episode of Vanderpump Rules. And like they have both watched it. My sister and my brother-in-law both have watched it so many times that they can just like pick a random episode. And they were like telling me about what was going to happen in the show.
I like literally, I'm so into it. I'm on season 7 right now.
How many seasons are there?
11.
Ooh, okay.
I started in mid-May. So it's been a little over 2 months and I'm 7 seasons in. And when I tell you I'm gonna be inconsolable when this is over, I think I might have to start a entirely separate Vanderpump Rules rewatch podcast just so I can watch it for a second time and do commentary about every episode,
right?
So that I can commit several years of my life to discussing Vanderpump, because this is how truly prolific it feels to me. Like, if you told me that there was going to be a TV show, a reality show that could top Jersey Shore and Love Island, to me, I would have told you that there was no shot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think I'm going to like go home and watch it tonight.
Keep reality TV stars terrible.
Bad. Yeah, do it.
Give me Mike the Situation over and over again on a loop.
I wonder like if this is a kind of consequence that we're seeing from like the Queer Eye resurgence, where like everyone got because that was happening at such an era where people just like needed to feel joy and feel good. And everyone was so excited about like, oh, these like 5 guys are coming in and being so nice. And it's just like a reality show that's everyone's so nice. And now there's like, I also do think that there's a kind of epidemic of people fundamentally like misunderstanding the point of entertainment.
I've had this take similarly about movies, and people when people go to a movie and they don't like it because the characters are bad people, like is my least favorite, most infuriating take that people leave movies with, because I'm like,
not a critique.
like my family, I made them go watch Challengers and they left the movie being like, I hated it. They were all bad people. And I was like, okay.
That's not the point.
Like, why do you need to like the people that you're witnessing? Like, I'm here to be entertained. I don't need to want to be besties with all these fucking random people.
Right. I don't get it at all. I'm very much so a part of the Interview with the Vampire AMC current show that's happening. Community. Love that. I know you're out there. Love you. I love that show. I think it's one of the best shows on television currently. And I think that everybody should be watching it. The fact that it runs on AMC Plus is a crime and a travesty to everyone involved in that show because it is fantastic. The amount of discourse, quote unquote, that I see online where it's like, this character is bad and abusive, and so for that reason, like, I can't watch the show, or like this character was like mean to this character who was mean to this other character, so I can't watch the show. I'm like, first of all, they are vampires.
Hey, so small thing.
Really quickly, I do just want to like jump in really quick. They are vampires, number one. Also, critically, the story isn't real.
Really small footnote.
Really important that you guys kind of lock in on that one.
Yeah.
The story is not real. It is about vampires.
Right.
And I think that some people will like they'll read books or they'll watch TV or like consume media in this really literal way. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this is like a conflation with just like media literacy, like it being less important in schools and stuff like that. But it's like, didn't we all take classes where we were reading about Gatsby and like, we were all like, well, Gatsby's a shithead, but like, what can we learn from him? It's like, that's kind of the point of like consuming media is like, yeah, sometimes we're faced with uncomfortable things. And like the important takeaway of that, or one of the important takeaways is like, well, what is my response to that? What feeling does that elicit in me? Rather than, well, I'm not going to consume the media because a bad person is depicted.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like we're losing the plot.
We are, actively.
Like,
yeah, I feel like it is the like social media era that's killing reality TV. And it's like a twofold problem. It's like the audience on social media and also the cast on social media is killing reality TV. But also there's some part of me that's like, okay, looking at like Jersey Shore specifically, these people who came up when like Instagram was only just being introduced around the time of Jersey Shore, or even it was afterwards, right? Or towards the end of Jersey Shore, even is when Instagram became a thing. But like Snooki and DJ Pauly D and all these people, they have like mega followings online now. Yeah. But I don't know that anybody is like looking to them to being the voice of a generation necessarily.
No.
But I think that now, like on Love Island, people leave Love Island and they want to become like a full-time influencer as a job following that. The cast of Jersey Shore, they like stayed the cast of Jersey Shore forever.
Yeah.
Their like personalities or like way that we perceive them didn't change following the show or like with the introduction of social media. Snooki is still Snooki. Pauly D is still Pauly D. They're still fitting these like character archetypes that we had for them on the show, versus on shows like Love Island, people leave the show and try to build like their own media empire under an entirely separate personality, or maybe it is the same personality that they sold to us on the show. And I think that is what's killing all of it, where people go on these shows to build a platform for themselves versus people like Snooki and Pauly D and Mike the Situation. They didn't go on the show with that intention because it literally didn't exist at the time.
Right. Yeah, I do think there's like a fundamental like somewhere along the way we really took a misstep when we started calling reality stars influencers.
Totally.
Where like I think that people go on Love Island
to become
influencers when they are just reality stars.
Right. It is confusing to me though, because I'm like, who is listening to Harry Jowsey's podcast?
Right. And I don't even know who that is.
No hate.
Oh, is that...
He was the Too Hot to Handle guy, like season 1 Too Hot to Handle. He was like the mega douche.
Oh, and see, so I never watched Too Hot to Handle, so I don't know.
Yeah, so he has a podcast called Boyfriend Material that's under Alex Cooper's podcast network.
And they all have podcasts.
They all have podcasts.
Sorry.
But I'm like, who's listening to that? Like, who watched Harry Jowsey on Too Hot to Handle and was like, and you know what? I would love to hear what this brilliant young man has to say. Like, who is this appealing to? Why can't you guys just witness people being messy on reality TV and be like, and you're going to stay there?
Yeah.
See y'all later.
Right.
I enjoyed my program and we're going to leave it. But it's like, when people go on reality shows with the intention of becoming an influencer and then people buy into that and suddenly you're like, oh, well, these are bad people and they're trying to like create some type of individual brand versus being like a cast member on Too Hot to Handle, a cast member of Love Island. Mm-hmm. They're like, no, now I'm trying to make my individual perspective and known through like my own brand that I'm using this show as a way to like
launch that.
And I think that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah, I agree.
And I like understand people's critiques for people who are like trying to build a platform and maybe they're, you know, really terrible and, you know, whatever else. Mm-hmm. I understand that. But I'm like, that's part of the problem. I need to just leave these people as reality TV stars or go back to the era where like, because like Snooki can have an Instagram account. Right. You know, Snooki should have an Instagram account. But there's something different in the way we treat social media, or not social media, reality TV stars that exist on social media versus people who are going on reality TV now with the intention of building some kind of social media empire after the fact.
Yes.
The cast of Jersey Shore didn't go on Jersey Shore expecting all of what happened.
Right. Right. And there is this weird kind of like panopticon element. Oh, hello. There is also this kind of weird panopticon element to it too, where it's like everyone who goes on Love Island now or like goes on these like reality shows knows that they're being like watched and talked about on social media and that their actions are being like weighed and criticized and whatever. So it's like they're
completely
they're under this constant feeling of being like observed and surveyed and like surveilled.
Yeah.
And that's another element of it too that like didn't exist in the Jersey Shore
not
era,
at all,
where it's like there were cameras.
Was totally different back then,
right? Even watching like the progression of like the Kardashians over time, right? It's like the show is so different now than it was back then because they weren't being looked at as this sort of like moral guide. They were just they were like a family trying to become famous and like trying to become reality stars. Chloe and Courtney and Kim would like beat the shit out of each other on TV.
Yeah, I love it.
They would like smash each other into the wall and be like, you suck, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, obviously now things are a little different because they're all mothers, whatever, but like they're not 23, but still the type of show that it is now is so much more packaged and designed and curated than it was then, because what it was then was just they were trying to be reality stars rather than like social media moguls.
Right.
It's so weird.
The intention was different.
Yes.
Yeah, it does feel like a double-sided thing to me, where it's like social media is resulting in the downfall of reality TV from the audience perspective and what people are expecting from the cast, and also from the casting perspective in why people go on the shows. Yeah. And I think they both fuel the other. Yeah, because I can even understand the audience perspective more if it is someone that's coming on reality TV trying to build some type of individual platform for themselves beyond just entertaining us for the season. But ultimately, I think everyone should just get on board with the fact that you should not love or want to be friends with or take a reality TV star's perspective to heart.
No.
I don't know why you're listening to Harry Jowsey's podcast. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Maddie requested that I bring a few segment ideas, and I humbly obliged.
Yeah, the Meg seg.
So I'm calling them segmegs.
Okay, loving what just happened here. Our brains aligned in this moment.
In this moment. So I'll just kind of rattle them off and my thought process behind it, and see which ones you like. The first one is called "What the Hell Sure."
Okay,
and that's kind of like something that probably isn't. It's like perhaps a public. People don't really like this, but like you're kind of like, what the hell, sure. Okay. Like for me, that's kind of like people bringing their dogs places.
Okay.
A lot of people have like really strong opinions about like, don't bring your dogs, blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of like, what the hell, sure.
Okay.
I'm a little bit like, well, if your dog like gets loose or something, like that's your problem. I don't really care.
Yeah.
This next segment is called Pardon with 2 question marks. And that's just like something that I've heard lately where I'm like, pardon? For example, I think labubus are kind of what I feel pardon about. Like, where did they come from?
Yeah.
Why do people like those? I don't really get it. This next segment is called Not on My Watch.
Okay.
You'll see that all of these, some of these have like a kind of similar vibe. Not on my watch is like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. For example, I think like talking during movies.
Yeah.
Not on my watch. Oh, I'm going to shush ya. Big time.
Big time.
Not on my watch. This next one is called Don't Mind If I Do. Don't Mind If I Do is kind of like, it's something that you keep hearing about that you're like interested in, but you haven't looked up. You haven't done it yet.
Keep hearing about this thing.
Right.
Have not even Googled it.
Like someone told me recently that they recently got like a lymphatic draining massage. Don't mind if I do.
Don't know what that is.
Don't know what that is.
Why not?
Sounds cool. This next one is called Bench.
Okay.
Bench is something that's been happening that you're taking it off the roster. You're putting it back on the bench.
Okay.
You're benching that shit.
Okay.
For me personally, I would this is like first one that came to my head. Dating apps. I'm benching dating apps.
Been there.
Maybe, and I think it indicates that like perhaps they will come off the bench one day. Mm-hmm. But for now,
benched.
Dating apps are fucking benched. This next segment is called Do a Flip. And Do a Flip is something that my friends and I often say when we're kind of disheartened by the mediocrity presented to us in the dating world, where we say kind of similarly where like you're a mom who's bored with their kid telling you to like keep watching them jump off the diving board, but all they keep doing is pencil, right? Do a flip.
Do a flip.
If you're going to do something, do a flip.
Benson Boone out.
Benson Boone.
Booning on the pod.
Booning on the pod. See, and it can be rebranded to Booning on the pod. Me and the boys stay booning. This next one is called Disney Channel's Pass the Plate.
Welcome to this next segment. Disney Channel's Pass the Plate.
So I don't know.
In this segment, Chester C is actually here right now.
So I don't know if the audience is old enough to remember. There used to be a kind of segment that would play in between Disney Channel shows when we were younger called Pass the Plate.
Right.
And they would talk about how like they would use bananas in a certain way in this country and in a different way in this country. Well, this version of Disney Channel's Pass the Plate would be us kind of talking about restaurants we would like to go to in New York. For example, I haven't been to the Four Horsemen yet.
Neither have I.
And I would like to go.
We should go on Disney Channel's Pass the Plate.
Kind of an example of Disney Channel's Pass the Plate. This next one is called at this point I'm too scared to ask. An example of this would be Dubai chocolate. I thought this was chocolate that was like filled with weed.
Meg. I'm gonna pee my pants. I thought this was chocolate. How did you think that?
It looks like it on the cover.
It looks like it. Wait,
you
so
look at that cover, you tell me that doesn't look like a chocolate bar filled with weed.
So they were just eating it?
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was like a paste. Some sort of paste of weed in the chocolate bar. It took me a really long... I think it's pistachio. Like, I still don't know. It's
That's
pistachio.
so funny.
So, yeah. So, at that point, I was kind of too... Well, and here's the reason that I thought the other day, perhaps I'm wrong, is that I saw it in one of the... Like, in a grocery store. And I went, well, they can't be selling that.
Surely that's not allowed here.
That can't...
Surely they're not allowed to...
Like, I think weed is legal in New York. Shop. But I don't think they can sell it at, like, the Metro Market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This next one is called Could I Be on Top? And this is we're going through past ANTM challenges and the challenge that I would do, and if you think that would get me the top photo of the week. And then this next one is called Could I Be on Top? And it's what it is sexual positions that, based on my leg and core strength, do we think that I could be on top in this sexual position? So you let me know if any of those are standing out to you.
Incredible.
To you in kind of segmegs.
Honestly,
I'm also happy for segmegs to be a segmeg itself.
Yeah.
In that I come back with
ever changing. You know what? I am kind of loving that.
Okay.
Because I think that there's too much goodness here to just throw it all away.
Right.
And also I feel like a lot of what you just said just inspired new ideas in me. Like, as you're talking at the end there, I almost thought that what you were gonna suggest was like a Dance Moms pyramid where we have some people, entities.
Oh, I love
things
that.
on the bottom,
the pyramid
on the top.
Yeah. I love that.
We're like
what's bottom of the pyramid this week?
Totally.
Love
it could even
that.
be like an end of the month recap moment.
Yeah. Yes. That's
of
brilliant.
Like, from the last 30 days.
Yeah.
Who's on the bottom?
Who's on bottom?
Who's on the top?
Who's on top? Yeah. Love that.
Major.
See, and that's kind of what ultimately I feel I'm bringing to the table in the segmeg. That I feel
in the segmeg
people will ultimately, resonate with.
People will ultimately resonate with this. Okay, loving this. What was the one that you said right after benched?
Do a flip.
Oh yeah, booning out.
Yeah, booning out. Booning out on the pod.
What was the one after that?
Disney Channel's Pass the Plate.
There's so many good ones here. Oh my god. Disney Channel's Pass the Plate is crazy.
I have such a distinct memory of like watching that. I feel like they only ever did one because I feel like I distinctly remember one
fruit stand.
Yeah, one woman being like, and when it's raining over here, and she's twirling an umbrella, and then it passes to another guy, and he goes, "It's sunny over here," and that's like the only one they did, I think. So that's the thing is, it's like it was kind of a dead in the water segment on Disney Channel. I feel like ultimately we can revive it. Disney Channel, if anybody's watching, like it's
Pass the Plate.
Nothing but love. I'm not doing this as a way to, try to steal IP. Certainly, it's coming from a place of let's bring it back.
Totally.
And talk about places that I would like to eat at in New York City.
100%.
Or even places that are just I've never been to Red Robin. I would like to go to a Red Robin one day.
I don't even think I've ever witnessed a Red Robin with my own two eyes.
I don't know if I have either. I don't know if they're still around.
Those?
The Midwest.
Oh.
You ever hear the little jingle?
Red Robin, yum.
Oh, whoa. That was fire.
Wait, okay. You know what? That kind of made me think of something Vanderpump Rules related that I just have to share with you because I thought this was so funny and I've been walking around for the last 48 hours saying it. But two of the main guys on Vanderpump are both named Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz.
Right.
And during a night out when they needed to like lock back in and calm each other down, they both went forehead to forehead and went, Tom. And I was like, That is truly one of the funniest things I've seen in so long.
Unreal.
And it only works if your name is like Tom.
Yeah.
Like two guys named Tom that when they're stressed out, they go forehead to forehead and go, Tom.
That's unreal.
I was like, this might be my favorite moment of Vanderpump that I've watched so far. And it was like a passing moment where it just like panned over to them and they were doing that. And then it goes back to something
Which means
else.
that they've like done it enough before that like it wasn't shocking to anyone.
Completely.
Even to like the crew. They were just like, they're doing the
There
Tom thing again.
Tom.
God, that's really good.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow. So that, and that could be something that we factor into this, to the segmegs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, that's
that would be top of the pyramid for me.
top of the pyramid is Tome. Yeah. That's really
That's
good.
my top of the pyramid for sure.
I really like that. God, what would be my top of the pyramid this month? I think getting a job. Huge. I think yeah, employment.
And this month, yet again, we have
Job.
being employed.
Health
Huge.
insurance. Dental.
Incredible. Is there any that you feel particularly passionate about? You have a take that you would like to bring to the function?
Probably benched.
Okay.
I would say probably benched. And again, I do think because the implication of that is like it's out for now. Mm-hmm. Because I'm always amenable to things coming back in vogue.
Totally.
Okay. Or like my attitude about something changing.
Completely. All right, so let's get into bench.
Yeah.
Let's be let's talk bench.
Let's talk bench
today.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what my friend and I were just talking about? And I would like to bench this for now. People being addicted to being cringe or like ironic or things being like steeped in so many layers of irony. And I'm taking off the bench and bringing it back into the game. Sincerity.
Completely.
Would love.
No, you know what? And this almost connects back to something we were talking about earlier because this is like an ick of mine. Mm-hmm. When people can't be sincere,
yes,
that is a major ick to me.
Same.
If everything always has to be under layers of jokes.
Yes.
That is deeply off-putting to me.
Me as well. And it's something that I come across a lot just kind of like in like the comedy scene and whatever, where it's like people are so afraid to just like have a regular conversation that they're addicted to like doing a little bit or whatever. And like, granted, I've been in those situations too, right? Where I'm just uncomfortable. So I'll just like say jokes, whatever. But I do think, especially when it comes to trying things, putting yourself out there, attempting to like do art or something meaningful of any kind in your life, like just do it and don't like couch it in this like weird, ironic, whatever. This whole thing started because my friend and I the other day were talking about how in college I was part of a creative writing magazine and they would post like the stuff that I was writing on Facebook, which meant that on occasion I would be posting poetry on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Kind of an embarrassing sentence.
Totally.
Kind of embarrassing.
Very intimate.
Very intimate. And my friend at one point was like, I'm struggling to not make fun of you for posting poetry on Facebook. And I was like, no, and I totally understand that. And I was like, but here's the thing is that if I didn't post that stuff on Facebook when it was like bad poetry and I was just like trying my hand at it, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable posting anything ever.
Totally.
And like, it also just like was me writing and trying. And it's like, I think that a lot of people feel like when they start, and this isn't like a new thought at all, but like, I do feel that a lot of people when they're like starting out, specifically in like artistic endeavors, there's this initial feeling that you can't show off or like publicize the work that you're doing because like you know that it's bad.
Yeah.
But like being an artist and pursuing art means that like you are bad until you're not.
Totally.
And I think that like a lot of people, and not to be like this younger generation, blah, 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 But I do think that there is an element to younger kids and teens and whatever feeling less empowered to like try things. Again, because of this kind of weird like panopticon that we're all a part of now, right? Where it's like everyone is watching and everyone is judging and critiquing and blah, blah, blah. And I just like, I want to be able to encourage people to just still do it and try.
Totally.
Because I think the real gag is that you're never going to feel like you've reached some peak or pinnacle.
No.
Like you will always keep striving to be better and making better things and creating better things. And that's like kind of the point.
Right.
So you might as well just like show it off and be earnest about it.
Yeah, you just end up being a closet creative for the rest of your life. Which
exactly.
is like not fun at all.
No, not at all.
And also like, I've never really understood why people feel like they have to be this polished final version of themselves in order to take their creative self more seriously. I look back at like, I have never not published anything that I've wanted to publish ever in my life.
Yeah.
And does that come with a good amount of me looking back on things I've created in the past being like, sure.
Right.
What the hell, sure.
Right. What the hell, sure.
It's funny that you bring up poetry because I was thinking about this the other day too, but when I was in high school, I had a separate Instagram account for my poetry. And a lot of it was just not good.
Right.
And I also self-published a poetry book when I was 20.
Yeah.
And it was all of the poetry I wrote when I was a teenager. Some of you guys may still have copies if you were around back then.
That's nice.
Somebody DM'd me about it like a month ago. They were like, do you sell this anymore? Do you have any other copies? I was like, crazy that you're bringing that up. No, I don't.
That is so
I'm
funny.
like, I'm pretty sure I only have one copy of it now. So no, for sure not. But when I look back and I go through that poetry book, there's like a couple pieces in there that I actually do think are good and that I think were like signs that this was something that I needed to pour into and like harness.
Yeah.
And I look at stuff I wrote in college only like a year after I published that collection of everything I wrote as a teenager. And it's like so much better.
Yeah.
And it's like clearly something that I improved on and worked at and got better at as I got older. And there is something so sweet to me to being able to read things I wrote when I was 16, 17 years old that felt really profound and significant to me at the time. But now looking back, I'm like, this is just, I don't like this poem now. I don't think it's a good piece of writing now. Yeah. But it almost doesn't matter to me because it was like the act of writing it, tweaking it, publishing it, and like being okay with whatever reaction came of it. There was like that kind of practice I feel like primed me to be more resilient as a creative person.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like if you don't do that, you are way more prone to giving up.
Yeah.
I think that people who just choose to create and put it out no matter what are ultimately the people that will end up going the distance creatively because you will deal with so much rejection and people not really understanding what you do or liking what you do. You'll deal with so much failure in whatever creative pursuit you're in that it's almost like if you don't have the chops, the courage to get through that and like believe in yourself enough to get to the other side of that rejection or whatever it is, you are more prone to giving up.
Yeah.
But if you build that resilience early on, it's almost like you actually will end up being the one that has what it takes to like actually go the distance and make your creativity a full-time whatever the fuck, or get your thing picked up, get booked on whatever you want to get. But like you have to have a certain level of like, well, this might not be the most profound thing that's ever been released, but it's mine. Yeah. And I need to like be in the habit of just producing.
Right.
And learning and getting better. And if someone wants to make fun of me for something that I wrote when I was 17 years old, that ultimately says to me way more about them than it does about the person who creates it. People only say things like that because they are like ultimately so deeply plagued by the fact that they do not have the courage that you have.
Yes.
That is the only reason why.
Yes. Yeah. And that type of personality is like easier to clock as you get older, where you're like, oh, you're saying this because, well, it's like the guy who told you to give up on YouTube because you were like going through a difficult time. It's like that again, just like says so much more about that person than it does about you.
Totally.
And it's also like, yeah, it's like you don't have to take yourself so seriously that it's like this life or death thing, but like taking pride in the fact that you're like trying, I think is important. And it's something that you have to continue to be proud of, the work that you're doing and that you are just doing work, period.
Yeah.
And that does need to stick with you, because again, it's like you said, it's like you will look at pieces that you wrote or created or whatever when you were 17 and be like, oh God, that's not good. But you having that response is a testament to you getting better.
Yeah.
If you looked at that and you were like, this is the best thing I've ever written. I mean, that would suck if the best thing that you've ever written was when you were 17, you know? There's something really specific to becoming more involved in, again, like the comedy scene in New York, where it's like, it's so easy for people that I interact with to act like they're above what it is that we're doing, which is inherently an uncool thing. And like, when I come across those people who kind of act as though they're cooler than like the things that we're doing, I'm like, why do you have this mentality? Like, what do you
that's just doing what I do, fidgeting with my rings that I'm then gonna drop and leave in places that I'll forget about.
There you have it. No, but I'm like, why are you, it's like, are you embarrassed to be trying?
Right.
And it's like, I get that it's like making things is always going to feel a little embarrassing because it is vulnerable. That's what you're doing, is you're like practicing vulnerability, and you're saying like, this is the best that I can make right now. Is that good?
If you like it, come on, give it a go. Yeah. You know, it's like, it will always be inherently embarrassing, but like, you do have to just kind of accept that and keep it pushing. Yeah.
And ultimately decide that what you care about more than your own like ego and sense of pride is like making something and getting better at the thing that you're trying to create. And I see it a lot in humor, where in like the humor these days, where people are, it's like they're being this really like cringy person, but the comedian themselves is like making fun of that type of person. And it's like, okay, I don't know if this is in and of itself good comedy. Yeah. But okay, and it kind of feels like a workaround, because you're not really trying to develop your own sense of humor. You're like playing a dumb character who like isn't funny, but because you know that they're not funny, then they become funny. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, it's something I've been thinking about a lot, and it's like hard to kind of put my finger on, but it feels very specific to like this moment in time and this kind of like cultural shift, again, especially in like comedic entertainment, where it's like the comedian themselves is like winking at the camera, like you and I are both in on the joke. And that to me feels like a cop-out. Yeah. Because it's not actually you earnestly giving it your all and being like, this is comedy that I'm like working on and workshopping and trying to, it's like, look at how dumb this guy is. Yeah. I think there is just something to be said for sincerely trying. Yeah. In the way that people, I think, struggle to. Completely. More now than they used to.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Benched.
Benched.
Consider it fucking benched.
It's benched.
Dude, and that's that's really it. I mean, we've been going for a while now, so I think we're going to throw it on over to the post show.
Whoa, the post show.
If you would like to continue on this convo, you can come join the Patreon. Come join us over at Lever Girls HQ.
Once again, I will be showing Hole on the Patreon.
Yep.
For those who missed it last time, you get a second chance. You'll see it this time.
Yeah, well, we're showing a different hole this time.
Yeah.
We're reaching all kinds of holes.
The one you think.
Yeah.
So
you'll never predict which hole Meg shows on the post show.
Yeah, it's going to go crazy.
Meg, what would you like to plug?
You can follow me on Instagram at Meg Ruocco. You can also follow me on TikTok at Meg Ruocco. And I have a Substack. It's called What Are You Up To? I really should write more on it, but I don't. And I'm going to plug kindness.
Ooh. So in right now. Very chic.
I'm plugging empathy.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah,
Completely, girl. I am on the same page completely. Never to be off.
Absolutely, girl.